Okay, for the next question, let's start. On July 6, Craig acquired the plant assets of Disbury Company, which had discontinued operations. The property was appraised by a reliable independent valuator on the date of acquisition as follows. The land is 550,000, building structure 1,500,000, building HVAC 175,000, and machinery 725,000, and the total is 2,950,000. Craig gave 18,000 of its common share in exchange. The most recent sale of Craig's common share took place last month when 5,000 shares were sold for 170,000 per share. Okay, so in this example, it's almost similar to this question number 4, but in this question, in previous question point 4, they let you know the market value of the share, which is $23 per share. But for this question, they don't let you know the market price of the share. They only let you know the share of the price, share price of last month. So we cannot follow the price of last month because the price of share is fluctuative. Okay. So in this kind of example or question, you can just follow this number, 2,950,000. Okay. So you debit all of this asset. You debit all of this asset, and then the credit is common share 2,950,000. Okay. But if you know the market value of the share, then you have to follow the price of the common share. Okay. And then next is number 2. Craig had the following expenses between July 6 and December 15. The date when it first occupied the building is renovation, refurbishment of building, and so on and so on. On December 20, Craig purchased machinery for $305,000 subject to a 2% cash discount and paid freight on the machinery for $14,000. The machinery was dropped while being placed in position, okay, which resulted in paying the supplier for repairs costing $12,500. The company paid the supplier within the discount period and records purchase of machinery using the net method. Prepare the entries for the transaction. Okay. First, you have to, here it means we can see that many things happens here, like renovation and refurbishment of building, that's building. Construction of basis for machinery, that's about machinery. Number 3 is driveways and parking lots, it's about land improvements. And the number 4, remodeling of office space in building, including new partition and walls, that's about building. So detail number 1 and detail number 4, we can we can combine them together. And the number 5, special assessment by CT on land. Okay, how you record the journal entries. So you record building 157,000 on debit and cash 157,000. Okay. This how you get this number. You get this number from building renovation 98,000 plus 59,000. Okay. And then 98,000 plus 59,000. Okay. And then next one, you record about the machinery. Okay, so debit machinery for 110,000 and then cash 110,000. And then next is the land improvement, 130,000 on debit and cash 130,000. And the next is about land, 16,000 and cash 16,000. And the next is about machinery. In this case, the machinery is 305,000 actually, but subject to a 2% cash discount and paid freight on the machinery of 14,000. So you record first, but you have to know that the machine was dropped and then the machine is like broken a little bit. So the company needs to fix the machine, and the fixing expense or the maintenance expense is 12,500. Okay. So you have to record this one first on the debit side. For this kind of expense, you cannot include in the cost of the machinery, because this one is because of the mistake of the person. Not the expense is not part of the installing the machine, but it because of the mistake of the person. So you cannot combine. So meaning that this expense cannot be, this expense cannot be capitalized. So debit here 12,500, and then the machinery is 305,000 multiplied by 98%, because 2% is the cash discount, and then plus 14,000 of the transportation. Remember, transportation cost is included in the machinery. I mean, the transportation cost can be capitalized. That's why the machinery here is this number, and machinery and the maintenance is this number, and then meaning that your company pay cash for 325,400 to get this machine. Okay, that's all.